Welcome friends for the Navrathri meditation program. Today is day 9 dedicated to Ma Siddhidatri. It is believed that worshipping her on this day can lead to the attainment of all desires and removal of any hurdles in life. Ma Siddhidatri is referred as the goddess who fulfills all desires and bestows 8 major abilities to fulfill our aspirations. Ma Siddhidatri is known to be the giver of perfection. She blesses her devotees with wisdom and grants them spiritual knowledge. This is a brief about the goddess of day 9, Siddhidatri. So let's learn about the philosopher Socrates today from Lavanya Ma'am. Lavanya Ma'am started her journey in 2020. She's currently in spiritual tablets and is hosting workshops for spiritual tablets. She's also been working through PSSM Tennessee. Last year, PSSM Tennessee hosted the first mini meditation summit in Nashville. Let's all warmly welcome Lavanya Ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, Ajay. Thank you for the warm welcome. Hello, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity of Navrathri to inspire from Master's life. Thank you, Lakshmi Devi ma'am, and everyone involved in this. And today we will do the meditation for 20 minutes initially, and then we will get to know the about the master Socrates. This is called Anapanasati meditation. Masters, please sit in quite comfortable position and we'll do meditation. Cross your legs, and the position and the technique is very easy. Take off your glasses, cross your feet and fingers into fingers and put in your lap very comfortably. Gently close your eyes and start observing your normal natural breath. Thoughts are normal. If thoughts are coming, gently bring your attention back to your breath. Along with this gentle music, we will meditate for next 15 minutes. Just witness your breath. Choose to witness. Gently relax.
Thank you so much, Lavanya. Garu.
When you guys are ready, gently release your hands and place on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Thank you, friends. Hope you had wonderful meditation. So, we will, the master we are talking about today is the philosopher Socrates. Socrates is he lived in BC 407. So he's a way old master, one of the first modern world philosophers, we can say. And what do anybody know what is philosophy? So philosophy is a science where people ask questions. We analyze things about everything, whatever, what is this world? Who am I? What happens to me after death? So there are so many. What is love? What is wisdom? So whatever topic we take, if we talk about, analyze about, and know why information about that, that is called philosophy. So Socrates is the philosopher. He asks question. So he was born in 470 BC in Greece, Athens. In the country Greece, Athens is the city he was born, and his father was a sculptor, Sophroniscus, and his mother is a maid. So, we'll talk about his life events, how he became a philosopher, how he's very famous in the history. So, Socrates also learned making sculptures from his father. So, one day he went with his friend to a temple, and at the temple there is a priest or oracle, and that priest is the medium between the god and the people. So if we ask a question to the medium, that medium connects to the god, and he or she answers. So the friend has asked the question, um, the medium has asked she is called a priest, we can call her, the oracle as priest. So the priest has asked them, who are you? And Socrates answered, I don't know anything. I know only one thing in the world, that I don't know anything. So he answered, I know only one thing, that I don't know anything. So, and the friend has asked the question to the priest, who is the wisest in the entire world? And the priest said, your friend, there is no one wiser than your friend. That's what the priest has answered. So Socrates was surprised. I said, I don't know anything, and the priest is saying that I am the wisest person. How come? So if I don't know anything itself, then I am wisest. Then if someone, there will be someone who is wiser than me. I want to find out them. So his journey has started. He kept on reaching out to people and asking them. His technique is to dialect, like he asks questions and questions and questions, and he literally bothers people. He asked one question, and if they answer something, and he asked one more, he kept on asking. So people are vexed with him, and Socrates calls himself as a what is it called, wasp. What does the wasp do? It goes into the material, it makes holes, like it goes deep into the flower or fruit. So he calls himself as a wasp, because he wants to go deep into people's brain or their thoughts, and he wants them to analyze the truth, want to understand the truth. So and no one is interested in his topics, no one is, because he makes them fool among so many people gather there on the road, and he stops them and he asks questions and makes them fool. So people are so angry about him. He doesn't like what he's doing. Even though he's wise, people doesn't like him. But ironically, Socrates has so many disciples. So many new people, youngsters, they follow Socrates. They followed, millions of people followed Socrates. And um, and so he used to teach, he used to ask and teach questions, and long discussions. That's what he used to do. And Socrates is a kind of person, he's a very balanced mind. Like if he's a hungry and it is a very intense cold, he doesn't mind. He used to have only one torn jacket, and that's what all he had. He doesn't even have these shoes, but still he used to walk on the snow without complaining. He worked as in a military also. He worked for a in a war as a soldier, but every soldier was not able to walk in the cold, but without shoes he used to walk with for miles and miles. And if he's and he has he doesn't go to his house, because he's always with his disciples and teaching. So when he feels hungry, if someone feeds him, only he eats. Otherwise, he won't ask for food also. He just sleeps wherever he can and then keep doing it. And then he is very much connected to the higher self, like intuition. Do you know what is intuition? Anybody? What is intuition? Intuition is some sort of thought we get with from nowhere. Like all of a sudden we get a thought from inside. That is called intuition. His intuition says, we all have intuition, and whenever our intuition says that we want to proceed something, we want to do something, that's how we follow the intuition. But Socrates, his intuition says, do not whatever he doesn't need to do, doesn't want to do, that's what his intuition says. Like, do not do this or stop doing this. That's what his intuition says, and he follows his intuition. And over this, over a period of time, all of a sudden he started going into samadhi state. Anybody know what is samadhi state? Samadhi state is something like a thoughtless state completely. Hi Mrunal. You want to say something? Okay. So samadhi state is something their bodily conscious is not there. So they are completely away from their bodily conscious. Like they stay, Socrates stayed all of a sudden one early morning. He was walking on a road and he stopped somewhere. He stopped somewhere like a stone. He was completely still, not moving at all, and not talking, no, not seeing. He stayed just like that. And entire city people were so surprised his behavior. And you know what they did? This is something different he is doing now. So they went home, and after dinner they got their beds and mattresses, and on the road they slept and watching him when he is going to come out of that state. So he stood there for entire 24 hours without moving. That intense is his samadhi state. And eventually, like so he got so many disciples. One of the disciple, a very famous disciple, is Plato. So Socrates' disciple is Plato, and Plato is the one who write biographies, who write all the biography of Socrates. He wrote whatever Socrates talked about. He wrote whatever Socrates preached to the public. His from his birth to death, everything Plato has written. And Plato written the books in the form of dialogues. So he is the first one who write a book in the form of dialogues. Like someone talks, entire concept is given if as someone is talking to us, a conversation is going on between two people. So that's how Plato has written the books. And because uh, Socrates is a very philosophical, and he doesn't believe in a particular god. He used to say that in to people of Athens, he said, oh, this god is no, you don't believe in this god. God is only one form. There is no multiple forms of god. There is, everything is one. So, and the soul, whatever the soul we have, that is the one, it is eternal. That's what Socrates used to preach. I know what, everyone got so mad of Socrates. Like, oh, he's denying all the belief systems of the people were there at that time. So people, the government, the politicians, and the yes, Mrunal, and the kings, everyone got so mad of Socrates. And then, you know what they want to do? There build a war between Sparta, a country called Sparta, and Athens. There was a big war has happened. That war is very famous. It's called Peloponnesian. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's called Peloponnesian War. It is very famous in history. And that war, Athens was defeated. Athens was defeated and Sparta took over, and again Athens people do the revolution, and they sent out the Sparta, and again the democracy came into Athens city. And then the kings and everyone want to make over their country. So when they want to do that, they want to eradicate the opponents. Whoever is opposed to the king and the belief systems, they want to kill everyone. And among one of them is the most famous Socrates. So they want to kill Socrates because of his annoying behavior. Because he preaches, he changes people, he changes youngsters. So they want to kill. And you know what? That time the death penalty was given by giving poison. So Socrates is supposed to drink poison, is given poison. And when the death penalty was given to him, and to implement that, they waited for 1 month long, because some political issues were going in the country. So they waited for 1 month long. You know what? Even Socrates know that he is going to die. He does not oppose the government. He does not oppose the judges. And the judgment also, like about 500 judges were there to to discuss his mistakes or whatever. And there was a voting system. 280 people voted for his to kill him, and only 220 people voted for saying that he is there is no, we should not kill him. He's not a he did nothing wrong. So there was like only 50 members of difference between both of them. Like Socrates said, only if 30 members have voted for me, I would have lived. But he do not want to escape from the death penalty. He didn't want to. If he wants to die, he wants to survive. Several disciples can bribe the jailer, bribe the prison, or give money or monetary he can also decide if he wants to die, or if he wants to pay the fine, or if he wants to just live in the be imprisoned. He has the decision. But Socrates said no, death is the correct way of taking this punishment, because whatever I have preached, I do not want to escape from the situation. If I escape, whatever I have preached, everything is considered as wrong. People don't believe me. So I will die. And when the day of his death, he simply lie down flat, and whoever is about to give the poison, he gave the poison, and gently he was like, you know what the last sentence Socrates said? When the poison reaches my heart, I will die. He's like accepted. He's anticipating. He's just observing his body, the changes. He's so cool. So the whoever gave him the poison, he's testing if the legs are tight or legs are dead already. Is the blood circulation happening in the legs? And the person has squeezed his legs very tight, and he asked Socrates, "Are you feeling the pain?" He said, "No, I'm not feeling the pain. And when the poison reaches my heart, I will die." So that balanced he was. So that's why he was the greatest philosopher of ever in the history. He had so many disciples. One of them is Plato, and Plato is the who wrote all the books and the history and the preaches everything about Socrates. And Plato himself is a very big, very great philosopher. And Plato's disciple is Aristotle. So they are all very famous in the modern world. Whoever has this or if that learns philosophy, if I will ask who is your idol, then they all say like my idols are Plato, Aristotle, and Socrates. So that great life they have lived. And I'm so glad I have learned this book just today. This is Socrates from Patriji. So I learned from this because I have been having this book for so long, but I never read it. Thank you, Lakshmi ma'am, so much for making me to read this, and I'm so happy that I read this and came to know about Socrates in a spiritual way, not just learning about him from history book or something, but through Patriji. And thanks for this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful, amazing. Socrates, the philosopher. And you are excellent. The way you put the words about Socrates, you know, the right wisdom has to go to kids. You did not filter. They are like kids. Let me do in a different way. You gave the right wisdom, like unfiltered wisdom. Yes, masters are ready. They will accept. Wonderful. Gratitude. I learned this from you. I'll follow it. Thank you. Yes, Mrinal has some questions. Is this story real?
Oh my God. Your question says that this is amazing story. Yes, Mrunal, this is real. This has happened. That's why Socrates is a great master.
Yes,
You want
great.
to say anything?
Yes, Mrinal, were you amazed by the way he was like accepting? Yeah, right? No, I call his Bindas Socrates. And everyone were like pondering, how are you? Oh no, you're going to leave the body. And he said, yeah, it does. He just reached out. He was like come, let's gather. Wonderful, wonderful. Great. And he never expressed, he never wrote a book. His disciple, his followers wrote a book. Yes, right, Moksha and everyone. We actually think that we have to follow, we have to do. But when we make right choices, things will come to a place. Everything will come align. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Lavanya ma'am. And being this Dasara Navrathri, and you have given this wisdom of Socrates, the great philosopher. We can say Adipurusha for philosophy, who has given a tremendous wisdom to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you, friends, for listening to Socrates and through me. I'm so happy, so grateful to the opportunity to learn about him. Thank you, Mrunal, for the great question. If you want to know more about Socrates, just Google it, and there are so many books about him. You can find out. Okay.
Yes. The questions he asked to ask questions. Wonderful question. I learned it from Socrates. When we start asking questions, Lavanya man, I learned it from when I read from Socrates. Ask the right question. When I started asking the right question, oh, wonderful wisdom used to come. And in even my experiences also. Mrinal, will you take that? And whoever has have attended, Moksha and Kritik,
Great.
Rekha, will you take away that? Will you ask the right questions? Yes, Kritik?
Yes, I'll ask the right questions.
Hmm.
Like, I have a question.
Yes.
Yes.
Is he still alive or dead, like Socrates? Like, and how did he die if he was dead?
So we talked about. So he was born in BC, before Christ. Uh, let me give you a correct time as per this book. So he was born in BC 399. I think so. Let me. So, do you know the years goes reverse before Christ? So he was born in 470 from this book in Athens, and he died in 399.
Okay, so, like, how did he die?
He was imprisoned. He was given death penalty. He was given
Oh,
poison.
oh, okay.
Okay, you thought he survived it?
Yeah, I just thought he survived it because he said, like, he didn't feel the pain and all that, so
Oh,
that
okay.
just made me think like that.
Okay.
Oh, sorry,
But
I didn't finish it properly, right? So yeah, he did. The poison did reach entire body, and he died.
yeah, but it was a really interesting story, though, when I listened to it.
Why?
It was an interesting story because he didn't feel the pain, even though the poison went inside him. That's why it was interesting.
Okay. So do you think is it fair to kill him?
No, because like people can make mistakes sometimes, and people need to understand that sometimes there can be like great people who do great things in life.
Yes, yes. So do you think did he do mistake?
No, he didn't do any mistake. He just had a different way of perception around the world.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes. After his death, and when Plato wrote all the books, people actually understood what Socrates is, how great he is, how great philosopher he is. So when people are there around in front of us, we don't realize their value or greatness in our life or importance. So only when they leave, we get to know about them. So
Okay.
my moral, what I learned from this moral is, when we have people around us, we need to understand them and accept them as they are, rather than when they leave, right?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. It's so interesting. Each day, uh, like what inspires me as forget about the count people are attending, but each time one or two kids get inspired and they say it's amazing. Bhagirath, oh, he's so great. And Hanuman, whatever the masters there, we are Nachiketa. Many people were inspired by Nachiketa. And this also Socrates. When I never heard about Socrates until I was in college. Maybe teachers will tell one, really, it is our English language. It's just a topic for English, but
Yes, for the
but
exam
you
point.
have explained it so very well with Patriji's energies. Gratitude for him to get such masters. Thank you, Lavanya Garu.
Thank you.
And see you all tomorrow, Masters. Bye. And tomorrow will be the last day, and we are going to learn about Dhruva,
Oh,
another
nice.
great master.
Yes, young master.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye. Thank you. Shall we say bye to her? Thank you to her.
Bye. Thanks for teaching so many facts about Socrates.
Thank you, Kritik.
It
Thank
was
you.
informational.
Yes, yes. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you for the great questions. I understood that you have listened and you have some thoughts are going on. Yes, and we'll remember Socrates forever. Yes, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.